puts up a tough shot. Bounces around. Goes in at the buzzer. Working it down to 2-1. A deep three. Oh!
It's population.
That's how you win a game.
It's population. We hustle every day to find picks. You can tell us if you want to get rich. It's population. We robbing Underdog and PrizePicks. We the best in this biz. You ain't telling us shit. It's population. We love making money quick, fast. Cooking up a team card. The whole crew about to smash. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash. The dopest team you ever seen. Winning money, stacking G's. Bookies setting traps, but they'll never catch me. Some people get addicted like rats to the cheese, but I got one obligation to bring Johnny to his knees. Holding back the props till the morning he knows. They'll be fishing in the shack, plotting nukes with the bros. Only withdraw, never reload. Underrated them out, amigos. We go with honest, we seeking the bloods. We know when a fucking cheat code. Party that I'm sweating, it can't be good for my health. Some might call it making bets, I call it investing in myself. I'm picking props like stocks, population for the win. Got my slips in by the buzzer now, let the games begin.
Unbelievable. Just has it. He did it.
It's population. It's population. It's population. We do it for the fam, so everybody let's cash.
The man is back.
What's up? What's up? How we doing?
Doing good, man. How are you doing? I know wins have been coming pretty easy lately. No jinx, but it's true.
It's been nice, man. Yeah, we're doing a lot better than Shart Suggs, right?
Sharty Shart. Look at that. We found
Shit
this.
himself.
We found this on the internet. No bullshit. Look at that.
He shart himself yesterday. Yesterday was awesome, man. All our unders of the day came through that we talked about on stream and in the Discord, including Suggs. McCollum tried to get us late because the Rockets blew a big lead, but he stayed under. Wendell stayed under the 10.5. We talked about that extensively. We're like, man, the 10.5 feels a lot better, and it makes sense to all guys like him because he got 10 points on the dot. He made 2 baskets underrated, 2, and he still had 10 points because the OKC propensity to foul, man. He made 6 free throws.
Yeah, it was a little scary. Still came through because he's bunk.
He's bunk. The under point total was another prop of the day in our Discord that came through. Ja points and PR under. I got on that late because he was questionable. Then I saw it was a late rule in, and I just had a bad feeling about that game. And I knew Steph was going to go under, and Steph had one of his worst games. They trapped the shit out of him. He didn't even shoot. Didn't even make a basket. And and I knew KD was going to have a game against the Pacers. He dropped 37 points. And Big Purr, what do we talk about, man? Motivation.
He's surprising me, man. I got to give it to him now.
What did he drop? 30-something points and 20 rebounds?
Yeah, I can't even. I got to look at him every time I see his name now and be give him credit, man. He's risen.
Yeah.
He has risen this year. Last couple
Julius,
weeks, even more.
Yeah, he has. And he was out there with the cleanup crew, man. Still stat padding. So you knew he wanted that game. Julius went off too, scoring. So that was easy, man. That revenge head to head. We'll get it again when they play in MSG. And then Big Cade, man, dude is balling this year. Killed his PA. He killed the bumps too, because it opened at 33.5, then it went to 34.5, and then it went all the way up to 35.5, and he's cleared all 3 line adjustments. So got on Scotty late when he was rolled in because Davion was out and RJ, but Olynyk in limited 18 minutes racked up the RA. I think he had like 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So that killed Scotty. Other than that, solid day, man. Very solid. And then today we get ugly 3 games. With a lot of injuries. And I think a lot of these teams play tomorrow. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look. The Sixers play tomorrow. The Cavs play tomorrow. They play each other. The Bucks play tomorrow. Am I missing anybody? That's it. So Sixers, Cavs, and Bucks. I'm going to put notes on here, back to back. So pretty much every team, but the Hornets are on a back-to-back, on a back end. So every team is either on a front end or a back end of a back-to-back. Yeah, because the Thunder are on a back end. The Heat are the only team that are not on a back end or a front end of a back-to-back, it looks like. No, they are. Sorry. The Heat play tomorrow too. So every team's on some form of back-to-back. Key thing to point out. Okay. Let's start with the first game. Starting at normal start time, 7 p.m. Eastern. We got matchup we just saw. We got the Hornets at Sixers. Sixers 10.5 point favorites. 218.5 total. Let's see if it's moved at all since yesterday. Wow. Sixers are now 12.5 point favorites after the Hornets news. Because what happened is on the back end of a back-to-back, we got a lot of rule-outs, right? We got LaMelo out. We got Brandon Miller out. We got Mark Williams out. So we got the backcourt and the front court out for the Hornets. This is ugly. These teams just played each other 4 days ago. Sixers won 121-108. No Embiid. And the Hornets were full strength. They had LaMelo, they had Mark Williams. LaMelo on minute limit, though. And they had Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges. And they still lost at home. I mean, I think we can feel pretty good about the Sixers winning this game. So I'm sure the odds are not good. Minus 890. And the spread on Fliff is minus 13. So maybe we could use the alt spread.
I like
parlay
those
piece.
I like those emojis you used for your target.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's nice.
Well, what on the Sixers side, we have no idea if Embiid's playing, right? I can't imagine. Why would he? All right, they're on the front end of a back-to-back. Why would he play in this game where they don't need him? And they play again tomorrow. And who do they play? They play the Cavs, where they need Embiid much more in that matchup. I mean, who knows Nick Nurse, what he's going to do? But it just makes more sense for him coming back from injury. Granted, it's not a leg injury or anything like that. It's his nose. It just makes more sense. Rest him on the front end. Play him tomorrow. Don't need him today. Sixers already handled this team without him. And the Hornets have full strength. So maybe wait for him to get rolled out, and then maybe the spread comes down a little bit, and we can get a little bit better odds if we want to take a game line prop for this. I mean, we just saw Maxey drop 40 points against the Hornets with the Hornets at full strength, so you definitely go to him here. Paul George looked a lot better in that game, but I'm not touching Paul George, man. I don't know if you've been watching his podcast. He does a podcast pretty much every day. And Philly fans they're like, this guy's making a huge track just to make podcasts because he sits out a lot of games. He's always injured. Philly is not liking or feeling PG-13. And in his podcast, I checked out a couple of them. He talks shit about the NBA constantly. So he
talks shit about his own team?
No, about the NBA in general. the current state of it, how the viewership is down 47% or something like that, and it's just like he's out there. It just sounds like he's out there to collect a paycheck, man. He don't really care about winning. So I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not touching him. He
All
went
right.
off in this game. So he had a solid game, right? So 33 points. He racked up the assists too. He had 8 assists, but only 11 potential assists. It was a high conversion. Yeah, it's just a wait and see on the secondary guys if Embiid plays or not. But Maxey, I would only look at like first half or alt lines because again they're on the front of it back to back. High blowout chance here, so probably definitely going to go to the bench early on in a blowout since they play tomorrow. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I'm not touching the bum squad of Hornets here. I mean, the only formidable person they have is Miles Bridges, and I can't trust him in whatsoever. And his lines are so high, 21.5 points. Even with LaMelo out, he only put up 14 points in 25 minutes against the Bulls. He's probably not going to play that many minutes in a blowout, especially in a blowout, and then being on a back end of a back-to-back. One guy, man, I think he's going to play big minutes and who is a ball hog, black holes when he's out there and try hard is Isaiah Wong. If you're playing in DFS, consider him. He won't start, but he's going to play big minutes, and he's going to – every time he's out there, the dude just goes hard. I can't stand him. But, yeah. Ugly game, guys. I'm just going to take Philly spread. That's it, man. And maybe some Maxey alt points. Ugly game. Like, even though Nick is back starting with Mark out, like, he's still going to split minutes with these other guys in the front court. So, give me 1 second.
He must be calling Paul George right now. Oh, look, buddy, you've been playing like shit. Your podcast sucks. We're going to have to do something about that. All right? Okay. Sorry, Josh. Okay, I'll do that for you right away. No problem.
My bad. All right.
You're calling Paul George.
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me
good.
know if you guys got anything for this game, though. It's ugly, man. Maybe consider some unders for that reason. Just depends if Embiid's playing or not. Maybe if Embiid plays, maybe we consider some Paul George unders here. PRA or something. Hope for a blowout.
You just told him to shoot a little less today?
Yeah. And Bunk Oubre. This dude. Mičić, man. This guy needs to go back to EuroLeague where he belongs. Yeah, he's not it. Yeah. I say if Embiid plays, we could definitely consider some unders on both sides. Nick, let's see, games without Mark Williams. Yeah. Moving on, guys. Bucks at Cavs. All right, so both teams play tomorrow, like we talked about. Apparently Dame had a calf injury in that cup game, but really it sounds like I imagine just resting, man. After that, who knows how serious it is? But so we're gonna get point Giannis here, even with, I mean, DeLon Wright will play make here and there, but it's just Giannis out there running the offense when Dame is out. We saw, 3 games with Dame out this season? Let's take a look. Yeah, 3 games. Giannis, one of the games, had 22 potentials, only 7 assists because he's passing to bums. 11 potentials, 7. 19 potentials, 12. Played the Cavs once this season. 34 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists on 11 potential. Dame played. Middleton tonight. Is Middleton, any news on him? Thought he was upgraded to questionable, so I'll have to watch out for that. If Middleton plays and they open his assist back at 3.5, even though he's on like 20-minute limit, I think we can definitely consider that. And that'll also affect Giannis' playmaking, because his assists are high at 7.5. So there's a lot of juice on the under right now on all the sites. So maybe they're assuming that Middleton's going to play, but it's just also potential for blowout here. 14.5 points is, if that's that's Ladbrokes is the only one with that, so who knows what it's going to be if he plays, but that's really high, even with Dame out, because he's been at 8.5 points. And again, potential blowout here. We got Shit Pants Brolo. He's been sitting at 8.5, 9.5 points. He's all the way up to 11.5 with Dame being out. Not bad value on the under if you like it on Fliff at -120. It's about -125, -130 plus everywhere else. But he's going to have to play big minutes if the game does stay close, because obviously with Dame being out, and also they need his size versus the Twin Towers of the Cavs. And when he plays the Cavs, he played 35 and 36 minutes in both games, so he's going to play big minutes. So the under could be sweaty here. He had 6 points in 35 minutes, 2 of 7 first game. Then he went almost double his shot volume, went 6 of 12 with 13 points. So I mean, yeah, he's gonna chuck from 3 for sure. I expect 5+ 3-point attempts here. It's just a matter if he makes them. Guy I'm interested in would be AJ Green. I think they really need him for his defense and wing shooting. So yeah, especially his defense on Garland. He dropped 21 points against them, went 7 of 9 from 3. I think he leads the league in 3-point percentage. Last time I looked, at like 47% from 3. So he's gonna chuck, man. Let's look at games without Dame. Took 14 threes against the Raptors without Dame. Against the Pistons, he only played 21 minutes, 4 threes, and then 13 minutes against the Hornets. I don't know why his minutes went down in those games with Dame out too. We'll just have to see the starting lineup. Gary Trent's been playing a lot better too lately, so he might lean on him as well. And he's gotten his points in 2 of the 3 games with Dame out. First one, he only played 6 minutes. Played 34 in one of the games, and then 18. They're just rotating these guys in and out. Gary, Andre Jackson, AJ Green. So you're kind of playing the guessing game on who's going to pick up the most minutes. It seems like whoever's playing well. But yeah, we'll have to see what his lines are. Could take his like all to 1.5, 3, but yeah, these guys are not it. Andre Jackson, points went up from 2.5 to 4.5 a Dame out, or 3.5 to 4.5. This guy is the definition of a bum. 26 minutes, 2 points, 1 of 6 in the cup game. 2 points. 2 points. PRA 9.5, went from 6.5 to 9.5. Let's see what games with Dame out. He had a solid game against the Hornets, but it's the Hornets. 14 points. Probably his best game of the season. Oh, it's ugly, man. Slim pickings on this squad here. Burlow's gotten 6 rebounds in both meetings against the Cavs because how many minutes he's playing. I never played Burlow's rebounds, man. How dirty does that feel playing Burlow's rebounds unrated?
You.
It's just as bad as playing like Tobias Harris rebounds.
Exactly.
One thing I found value just based on value wise was Mobley's assist at 2.5. Most books is like around -140 to -150, like on ESPN Bet. Bet 365 is best value at -115. Fliff -125. It's on Dabble too, or was, I don't know if it's still there. He had 3 and 5 assists in both meetings. Only issue is the blowout concern. He doesn't play the 30 minutes. He had 10 potentials and 7 potentials in both meetings. And I think a big reason for this is the Bucks play, we talked about it before, they play drop coverage. They force outside shooting. They funnel it to the outside. So he's going to kick it out to outside shooters. It's just a matter of if they're going to make the shots. At least Okoro is out. He's not a good outside shooter, so we might get better outside shooters filling in for him, like Gorgeous Yang, Utah Jazz legend, and Sixers legend. But we might get Strus back today too. We'll see. I think it'll be better if Strus doesn't make his season debut because he eats up RA. He rebounds and play makes as well. So if you're into Mobley's assists, I think it's better to stay. You want Strus not to play today. We'll have to see. How do we feel about doing? If you want to do SGP with this game, I think you can like alt down. Obviously, Giannis here. I mean, he should get 20 points even in a blowout probably. If you alt his assist down, they're not doing like anything in between 3.5 or 7.5, so that kind of sucks. Not gonna get good value there. But yeah, if he did like 24.5, we did Mobley. Oh man, they did have Mobley at 1.5 assists, but they took that down. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, man, for sure. We're gonna need to see the starting lineup for the Cavs too, and make sure that Strus is not back to take any of these secondary guys. Yeah. Either Garland or Donovan should have a decent game here, but Donovan Mitchell, man, he hasn't been doing anything as of late. Head to head, he dropped 30 and then 14. Sounds about right for Donovan. I think same with Garland. They switched off. Yeah, they switched off. So Donovan had a good game that first meeting, and then Garland had a bad game, 11 points, and then Donovan had a bad game in the second game, and then Garland went off that game with 39 points. So I mean, again, you're just like choosing in that backcourt between these two guys. They switch off, so it's nasty. I don't want to play the guessing game there. But if we just take the Cavs to cover some alt spread, -140. Cavs at 2.5 point spread. Mobley at 1 assist. Giannis 25 points and 4 assists. But yeah, it's not a guarantee that Giannis is going to get that 24.5. A potential blowout. You feel much better about the 19.5. It's like 100% hit rate, but the odds are terrible. Yeah, you have to really tinker around with this one, man, to get good odds in SGP.
If you could do the assist, what would you want to do? Like 4.5
For who?
for Yanni?
Yanni? It depends on Middleton. If Middleton's not playing,
Yeah.
4.5 sounds pretty good. Game, like I said, with games without Dame. But see, Middleton wasn't in any of these games, these 3 games.
Mm.
Yeah, that Middleton news is gonna be huge. He's still questionable, right? No, he's probable. Okay,
Oh, there you go.
so do we have his assist line? I don't trust this Ladbrokes line. 5.5? No way. I think it should be 4.5 with juice maybe on the over a little bit. Okay, well. That changes things, right? You gotta think about the guys he's passing to, too. You gotta hope he. Yeah, man. I would say 3.5. To be honest, man. And it's not good. It's not good value, right? So, I think if we wait for Middleton props to drop here, I think we can throw in his assists as well, and we should get pretty good. Should improve the odds a lot here, just depending what the lines are. So let's look out. Let's look out for him once they do drop, and then we'll complete SGP. Okay, last game on the dock. Thunder at Heat. Man, these games just all feel gross, don't they?
They're a little tough. You just want
OKC minus.
you're feeling Aussie more than this right now.
It's only one Aussie game tonight, I think.
No.
Yeah, but we'll definitely do it. Yeah, man, Thunder on a back-to-back, third game in 4 days. One of them being a cup championship game, so pretty worn out. I would look out and see if any of these guys are gonna be a late scratch, man. They tend to do that, so the Thunder, they'll do late scratches, so watch out for that. Don't get burned by it. I would just wait confirmation. I would actually just wait for the starting lineup, the final starting lineup, which kind of sucks because it's the last game on the docket, right? It's I need to change the time on here. It's 8 o'clock, so we get a early finish here on the slate. But we talked about the Heat before, man. The best way to attack them is with playmaking, because they tend to trap the primary scorer. So they're probably SGA is probably gonna get a lot of bodies thrown at them. And then they funnel everything to the outside for 3-point shooting. So I think we can go to SGA's assists here. I like it better at 4.5. There's juice on the over 5.5, but he's been living like right at that line. The 4.5 feels much better, but this is a prime assist spot for him. You see, like guys like him, 71% hit rate. Five out of 7 players have covered their assist line against the Heat. We saw Cade have 18 assists. Even Donovan Mitchell had 6. Dame 12. These guys are having big spike assist games here. But we just need these Thunder guys to hit their shots. I think the Thunder have to get it done with 3-point shooting here. So it's going to be guys like Dort and Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe at 6.5 points. It's tempting. What's his 3-point line? I would just do the 1.5 threes, I think. Majority of his shot volume is from 3. So it's, I mean, at the 1.5 threes, you're hoping he just makes 2, but at the 6.5 points, he's gonna need to make 2, and then maybe a third one, or get like a fast break layup or something like that. Because he's really not. He's taking about 1 to 2 2-point attempts per game. So, but this is a perfect spot for him. Let's see if they start him or they start Case and Wallace, because they interchange the starting lineup between those two guys based on the matchup. Feels like Isaiah Joe's a better matchup here. So maybe if you catch him at the early value at 6.5 and hope he starts, that'll feel pretty good. because then I think his line will go up to like 7.5 if he's rolled in as a starter. Dort, 0 of 4 from 3. It's about right. 0 of 4 from 3, back-to-back games. Other games, 5 of 9 from 3, 3 of 7, 4 of 7. So which Dort are you going to get if he actually plays and not a late rollout? Pinnacle has a minus 134 in the over 9.5. Fliff is minus 115, even my line. So if you like them, go to Fliff or DK for a straight bet. Honestly, I mean, his threes are the way to go because that's all his shot volume. And obviously, 1.5 threes is much less than how many threes you would need to clear that 9 points. So, but his juice on the over. It's minus 150 everywhere. So, but it's a good 3-point shooting spot for him here. It's a much better 3-point shooter at home, though. Yeah, he's averaging about 2.7 threes made at home and then 1.4 on the road. 9 and 14 points last year versus the Heat. Oh, it's slim pickings, man. But yeah, again, it's going to be the 3-point shooting here. And then the Heat side, man, I haven't looked at anything for them. Honestly, like, rebounding is the way to go. But Bam, I think, is really juiced because of the matchup. 11.5. He's only gotten that eight games, guys. 8 out of 24 games. I know it's OKC, but with how active Jimmy can be on the glass, too, at times. Like, Jimmy had 19 rebounds against the Pistons. Jimmy's another guy I hate playing his rebounds. Look at him. I mean, he's just... For him, it's just motivation, too. Like, he was highly motivated in that Detroit game, obviously. Because he went off. I'm just going to keep staying away from Jimmy, to be honest, guys. Hero. I would consider the under here, but he's all the way down to 21.5. And then also, OKC, you got him. Yeah, they're the best defense in the league, but like this is their third game in 4 days, right? And this is the back end of a back-to-back. They're probably gassed and tired, so they're probably not going to be as sharp on defense. And you never know what you're going to get, man. He can go nuclear on you or drop 18 points. Do you want to stay away underrated? On paper, it's a good under.
He's usually a scary one. Either way you go.
Yeah. Yeah, Duncan at 10.5 would have felt pretty good. Rozier. Consider him, man. But is he going to play 30-plus minutes or high 20s? Hami at 2.5 rebounds, I like. It's on Dabble right now. They might have took it off. Not bad value on Flip It, minus 135. Again, rebounding versus the Thunder is key. And he's gotten this 18 out of 20 games he's played. He didn't get it against the Pistons. He had 7 rebound chances, but he only converted on 1. And a big reason is because, Jimmy had 19 rebounds. So that's not going to happen. Again, it's a low line. He's only playing 18 to 20 minutes, but yeah, 2.5 rebounds against a bad rebounding team, bottom 3 rebounding team. I don't know, man. I'll have to think on the scoring side of these other guys. I think Jimmy can get the free throw line up quite a bit here. Let's look out for his free throw prop. 5.5. I think you consider that. And then also look for his free throw attempted on Dabble as well, because he's been missing some free throws this year for sure. Yeah, I'll jot that down. They're fouling so much. I mean, they fouled Suggs when he was playing out there. They were fouling Wendell a lot. I mean, Wendell's 6 free throws is crazy for him. So Even Bam. What's his free throw line at? For Bam, I would look at his free throw attempted on Dabble because he's not a good free throw shooter. So yeah, and let me see any other secondary props on. If Cason Wallace starts, I think you consider his fantasy. He gets about 2 steals a game. And if he starts, he usually plays about 31 minutes. I think maybe consider that. How many minutes did he play yesterday? Only played 21 minutes yesterday. See, most games he starts, he's around 31, 32 minutes. But if he plays, all right, let's put him at a reasonable 26 minutes. Puts him at still 20 fantasy projection here. They have him at 16. It's not bad. We'd have to. I would just wait on the starting lineup for that. And that's it, guys. Man, this is an ugly slate. If Embiid doesn't play, maybe if you want to go to Big Nick for his fantasy against Drummond, but again, that front court is still volatile even with Mark Williams out. But let me know if you guys got anything. I'm gonna put Isaiah Joe's 1.5 threes on here. Dort. I'm gonna put his 1.5 3. That's all I feel really good about. Jimmy 5.5 free throw made. Yep. And then do we have Tyler here? Free throws? 2.5. Could get fouled from 3. And you're there, but you got a guy who's mainly shooting from the 3-point line, so low chances of getting fouled, right?
AOD's here. J. Cole's here. Guess who else is here? Big Nug's here.
Cool. What's up, Nug?
Big Nug.
Yeah, sorry guys. Glad to see everyone here, man. This is not a good slate, bro. This is not
J. Cole has a little question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
What do you think about this parlay here? He says Shea 4.5 assists, Isaiah Joe 4.5 points, Mobley 2.5 assists for plus 202.
Mobley 2.5 assists. Yeah.
So Isaiah Joe 4.5 points, and Shea 4.5 assists.
Wait, they're letting him cross game like that with 2 players from one game. This must be a different book than Fliff, right?
It must be, yeah.
It has to be because like Fliff won't let you do that.
Right.
It's also interesting. Like Fliff, you're getting SGA at minus 110 for the over 5.5, but like we just looked everywhere else. It's like even Pinnacle minus 135 to minus 140, right? Pinnacle's minus 136. Yeah. Fliff, best value again, minus 110. They actually have juice on the under. But yeah, the 4.5 feels pretty good in this matchup, man. It's not bad value, minus 230. Jay, I don't mind that for whatever book you're in. I think if that's bet 365. But for Fliff people, if we want to do a cross game, let's do SGA at 4.5. Let's do
Nug says, hat off Big Josh B on Demon Time with the props.
Appreciate that, man. We're trying out here. We're going to do...
Oh, J. Cole, he said it was on Bovada.
Bovada. Okay.
J. Cole, you must be on that props builder, eh?
What do we feel comfortable with? Philly to win by 6 or 9 for good value?
Yeesh.
6?
Starting to scare me.
It's in Philly. This Hornets squad is terrible, bro. They beat them by without Embiid and with LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Mark Williams, Miles Bridges playing. They beat them in Charlotte. They beat them by 13. Okay, we're doing that. And then do we want to go with Mobley's 1 assist alt, Giannis alt, or do you want to just take the Cavs money line? I don't want to get too crazy with money line game lines here, but
Right.
Cavs have beat them both times. One time I think Giannis was out. They still only won by 2, right? Because Giannis was out and Dame dropped 36. Yeah, that one feels. Maybe we just do an alt Giannis on that. What if we alt his PA? It sucks right now while we're on stream we don't have Middleton props, but yeah, if we alt his PA, let's do 29.5. Is that better than the 24.5 points? No, 24.5 points is better value. Okay. Plus 117. If you want to take Giannis down to 19.5 points, it's going to be obviously minus 114. Feel pretty good about him getting 20 points for sure. Only sketchy one would be the SGA assist probably. Okay, that's more just like game script theory. So yeah, if we take him down, if you want to make this a super confident cross game parlay, let's say we take him down to 3.5, and then we take Giannis. We take Giannis to 24.5. Probably get a little bit better odds here. Feel better about the 3.5 for sure, because he gets 4 assists a lot. Minus 128. I can work with that. It just matters how comfortable you feel with taking the Sixers to cover the 5.5. But they should, right, guys? I don't know. I mean, even like, what if Embiid for whatever reason does play today? Even better, right? Your call, underrated. I'm gonna leave that to you. But
Man.
it's about that.
Okay. I was I don't know if you remember last week, but they have this today's the tackle day. They drop all the tackles. So I was looking at this dude right here that didn't even barely play last week, and they have him up again. So I was doing some research over here, trying to get this nuke in, see if we can get a big nuke here in the next half hour.
Okay.
So I was doing
this is what we're cooking with on a cross game parlay. What we're gonna need to wait for more news and players to do single game parlays for some of these, but yeah, we got Philly to win, cover the 5.5 point spread, SGA over 3.5 assists, and Giannis over 24.5 points, minus 128. I'll let you think on that one. Yeah. Let's wait on the news, and we'll get back at it in the Discord and maybe drop some stuff. But I'm gonna go light today, guys. This is ugly slate, man. I'm not gonna force anything. We got a big slate tomorrow, so we got a massive slate tomorrow. So I'll probably just focus on researching tonight, all these games, because it's an early start time too, at 6 p.m. Eastern. It goes throughout the whole day and night. So yeah, so I'll just take it light today, focus on the slate tomorrow, get ready for that. Sound good? You sound like you're knee deep in
Oh, bro, I just had to put it in. Yeah, I had to put it in a couple sites real quick, and I'm trying to post it for us. I'm gonna send it to you too, separate, so you can get it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
SGA the 3.5 assists, 25 out of 27 games, and this is a perfect assist spot. So, yeah, 3.5 Feel good about that, man. And then, yeah, it's just really in that 3-pick. It's just Philly winning by more than 6. So, all right. Catch you guys on the flip side, man. Good luck.
Sounds good. We'll get back into it here before tip and find a few things. I know it's not the best slate, but we'll always find a few things to fuck
we'll
around
make it
with.
work. We'll make it work.
For sure.
All right, guys.
Okay, bro.
Peace.